Welcome back to Project 128. Today we have our compost tea done, and we're going to be showing you how we apply it as a foliar spray. The first thing we have is we're using a 1-gallon Hudson sprayer. You can use other sprayers that you may have on hand or that you can buy locally. One thing to keep in mind is we also use these, if you've seen some of our other videos, we use them for applying BT as well as neem oil. We don't use the same one for that. We have separate Hudson sprayers for each of the items that we're need to apply. That way you don't mix, you don't have to worry about getting it, once you rinse these out, if there's any residue or anything, you don't have to worry about contaminating it. What we're used to is we have this funnel. I got to try to find a source for one of these online. It's a really great thing. It came with a chipper shredder that we had for putting the oil in, but I have another funnel for putting oil in. So I've repurposed this for using with our compost tea. It has a nice screen on the bottom of it, so that if there are any solids, it helps to screen those out for us. When I first start filling my Hudson sprayer, I usually use like a small cup or container so that I can go ahead, and it makes it easier than trying to lift 4 gallons of water. When you're lifting 4 gallons, I kind of round it off as 8 pounds a gallon. So you're looking at 32 pounds trying to lift that up and pour it in. And you've gone to the trouble to make this compost tea, so you don't want to waste it and have it running and dripping all over the place. And again, once you have this, we use 24 hours. Once you stop it, the aeration process, you want to use it within that day. You don't want this to sit, because it's going to start, the microbes and all the beneficial microbes that you've had in here are going to start dying off. The other thing is if it smells bad, because you want to smell, it should have a kind of especially with the molasses in it, a little bit of a sweeter smell. It should smell more like your earthy compost. If it doesn't, if it smells bad, doesn't smell good, just go ahead and get rid of it. If you have any extra, and when we rinse this off, what we do is we pour it right on top of some of our plants, or we pour it right back into our compost pile. It's the same thing we do with the bag. When we're done with the bag, we take that back and dump it into our compost pile and start the process over again. So we're going to go ahead and fill this up again with 1 gallon, and then we'll show you how we apply it. Okay, we're going to be applying this to our plants, and we want a light spray. And again, we're just going to be applying it to the leaves, kind of spray all around. Since this isn't being used as a pesticide, we don't need to get it on the bottom of the leaves. We just want to soak the tops, get it real good. And there we go. That's how we apply this. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. You can dilute this if you want. I've seen the University of Oregon's extension say that you can dilute it 3 to 1. Other people say you can go as high as 10 to 1. We usually use it right out of here. It doesn't hurt the plants. We've never had a problem with it. But if you want to extend it and use it for more plants, if you don't have enough, you can go ahead and dilute it some. So thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions, please submit your questions, your comments, any suggestions that you may have, please submit them. Go ahead and subscribe to us or like us. And again, we look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, happy gardening.